fellow detectorists. Yes, I'm back out again. Of course, it's Saturday. I'm out on permission number 1. It's August the 23rd. It's nice and sunny at the moment. We might get a couple of grey spells, but I think the rest of the day is supposed to be quite nice. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes out. I decided to come up here on permission number 1 today, so I'm on the actual Roman field. As you can see, the crop is coming up. They held off drilling and seeding this one through the winter, and they seeded it a couple of weeks ago, I think now, and it's sprouting up quite quickly now. So this is literally my last field that I've got to go on to. I have got a pasture field on permission number 2, which I haven't been on to yet, so I'm sort of looking forward to that, seeing what I can find on there. But it's permission number 1's turn today, so we're here on this one. So as usual, you will see me at the first find. Bye for now. Here we go, folks. Our first find is a coin, and I'm guessing that this is probably one of the Georges. I can just make out a bust on there, but it's quite badly worn, this one, but it's quite thick, so it's definitely not a halfpenny. I think it's either a George II or a George III penny. Anyway, that's good. That's our first find, and it's a coin, so that's great. Anyway, we'll carry on. See what the next one is. Bye for now. Here we go, folks. Find number 2, and yes, look at this. I can't believe this. This is a second target. It's come from just down here, as you can see, and I do believe it's a hammered coin. Now, it looks quite clipped to me. I don't know what one this is. It's not very familiar at the moment, but how about that? It's literally the second hole I've dug, and it looks like it's a hammered coin. But I'll give it a little, yeah, it does look like it's been quite clipped. I'll give it a bit of a clean and I'll come straight back to you. Bye for now. Yes, here we go, folks. I've given it a bit of a clean, and it does look quite nice, actually. At first I thought it was a Charles, but as you can see, is that Queen Elizabeth I. You can just see, as at the Tudor rose on the back of the head there. So I have seen pictures of these before, so I should be able to identify this one quite well. But isn't that nice? Even the portrait is good on this one. They don't usually come out very well, usually very badly worn. But although that's been quite badly clipped around the outside edge, the portrait is still quite nice. Of course, there's the shield on the back, and you can just read a date on the top there, I think. Is that 1680? I'll have to double check. But as you can see up the top here is the date. But like I say, I'll have to double check that and just see what the dates are on these, and then I'll have a better idea. But that's lovely. Great. Let's carry on. I did get a hammered coin once before from this area, so I'll concentrate on this spot for a little while and see if any more turn up. Anyway, bye for now. Here we go, folks. We've got our next find, and it is a buckle. I don't think it's that old. It's probably a horse harness buckle or something like that. But there we are. That's it. Gave a good signal. We'll carry on. Bye for now. Hello, folks. Got ourselves another find, and it is another. I say another. It's the first one today, but it's another pot mend. But this has got to be one of the most pronounced ones I think I've ever found. It's big, thick, chunky bit of lead on top, and this plug, you can see, would have been filling the hole. Unfortunately, there's no pot stuck to this one, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. It's what's left of a pot mend. Anyway, let's see what the next find is. Here we go, folks. Got our next find here. It's come from just down here, as you can see. And it is quite interesting. Don't know if you can see that, but this is quite a nice little decorated pin. You see the top on there, and actually, I don't know, about half an inch down from the top, I can see faint decoration on the top here as well. So this is interesting. First of all, I thought it was just a pin out of a buckle or something like that, but I won't get it focused. It's difficult to see. It's quite sunny now. The sun's come out, and I can't tell whether I'm focusing in or not, but if not, I'll take some pictures later on as usual, and try and show that off better at the top there. It's interesting. Anyway, we'll carry on. We'll see what the next target is. Here we go, folks. About 5 minutes ago, just walking along. I had an eyes only find, and I often find bits of clay pipe on this field, as I do my other permissions as well. But today I found 2 or 3 bits, but this is one of the best bits I've found so far. It's the closest to what I've ever found to being the actual pipe bowl, and you can see there that's the junction where the bowl used to come up from, and the base where they used to stand the pipe down on the ground, and a very short bit of the actual pipe stem itself on the end. But I've never been lucky enough to find a pipe bowl. But believe it or not, just now, just after that pin find I had a second ago, literally, I walked another 2 or 3 steps, and I just found this. Look, now that is, it's not complete, unfortunately. I'm not lucky enough to find a complete one, but you can see the base there and a little bit of pipe stem still stuck to it, and that is the actual pipe bowl itself. Unfortunately, like I say, it's broken, but you can see, well, you might be able to see on there some of the soot marks inside there, the burn marks inside it where it was actually used. So that's great. I mean, I'm quite chuffed with finding that. Like I say, that's the first pipe bowl itself I've ever found out in the field. Like I say, it's an eyes only find, but I'm still pleased I got it. Anyway, let's carry on. Right then folks, we'll try a live dig. This sounds like quite a good signal. We'll try it anyway. It sounds too good to be honest, so it sounds like it's out. Can't see anything as yet. That's why it sounded so good. It's just a bit of lead. I thought it might have been shaped slightly at first, but I think it's just a scrap bit of lead. Anyway, we'll carry on. Would you believe it? We've got another target straight away. Sounds like it's out, but we'll see. At that time it's just an old button. We'll see what the next one is. Here we go, folks. Next find was sitting right on the surface. I got it with the detector, but I could see it. There's a thimble. It's one of the later ones, I think, because the holes are so precise. Well, I say holes, the indentations are so precise that it looks like it could be machine made to me. So that is one of the later ones, I believe. Anyway, let's carry on. Here we go, folks. We've got our next little find. I'm a bit unsure about this one because first of all I thought, oh yes, it looks like one of these handles or whatever you get on the top of a tobacco box, like I've had a few times before, but I don't think this is. This is something strange. It could be, but I don't know so much. It is a strange one. It's lead, it's not pewter. Still, if you think you know what that might be, let me know. Anyway, we'll carry on. Here we go, folks. I just had another quite nice find down here. It's come down from next to my, or come out from next to my detector here, and it is another buckle. But how about that? I'm really glad this is in one piece. Now it's got this strange bit on the top here. I'm pretty sure I know what that was used for. I think this is a buckle from possibly a 16th, 17th century sword belt buckle type arrangement, where they would have had the belt going round their waist or over their shoulder somehow, and this would have hung down probably like that, and there would have been another hook coming off of this, or the other way around with a hook going over the shoulder. So that's really nice. I'm really glad I found that. That's not your average buckle. Like I say, I'm pretty sure that that is a sword belt hanger type buckle, possibly 16th, 17th century. So could be later, could be earlier. But so I'm really glad I found that. That's, like I say, it's in one piece. Gave me a really good signal. But how about that? That's great. Anyway, let's carry on. Hello folks, our next interesting find has come from just down here, and it's this, look. Now what on earth is that? I thought I'd found something really nice, like some kind of brooch or something at first, but is that just a bit off of machinery? Or is that something more than I realise? I've never seen anything like it before. But I'll give it a soak and a clean up when I get home. And we'll see whether it's, I can see anything more on it, if you know what I mean. I really don't know what that is. What could that be? Anyway, let's carry on. It's interesting. Bye for now. Hello folks, got our next find, and it is another buckle. Look, that's a nice one. It's intact except for the crossbar. You can just see the remains of it in there. It was obviously an iron one in this one, I should imagine, or a mixture of, and it's the remains of it in the end there. Look, zoom in a bit. Remains of it in the end, both sides. That's still quite nice. Intact buckle. Great. Let's carry on. Here we go folks, I just had another surface find down here. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. I often look for bits of pottery and stuff like that, but how about that? It might not be that old, but it could also be Roman, I suppose. I am on what I call the Roman field at the moment. Does anybody know what that might be? That might be part of a handle off a big jug. That's what I'm guessing anyway, but does anybody out there know? Any pottery experts or anything like that? But that's interesting. That's probably one of my best pottery finds, if it isn't that modern. Anyway, let's carry on. Hello folks, just had another nice find here, and this metal detecting, I tell you, it really does surprise me sometimes. Not a lot of people will think this is a very special find, because you probably find lots of them, but for me this is a first on this permission. Of course I'm on permission number 1. I've only ever found Crotal bell fragments here in the 4 or 5 years that I've been metal detecting here. I've never found a whole one until just now, and it is quite a nice little one. Look at that. It's got pattern all the way around it. Let me just try and get the light a bit better. It's got pattern all the way around it. It's intact. It looks in really good condition, and it's got this fish scale pattern on the bottom of it as well, and there's even two little sort of love heart design type bits on the bottom. So I really hope that the iron ball is intact inside this. When I get home, I'll clean it all out properly and we'll listen to it for the first time for God knows how many hundreds of years probably. But I know they were used for quite a while. This, what I call my Roman field, did used to be a pasture field at one time. But how about that? That's lovely. It's my first ever Crotal bell off permission number 1. So it just goes to show, never give up on your fields, because one day they will give you something which well, like this, it's completely surprised me. Anyway, that's lovely, that's great. It was only last weekend I think I had a whole Crotal bell off permission number 2. That's great. Anyway, let's carry on. Hello folks, just had another little find. It's not much, but this has got the, I don't know, I can't help but feel a very strong hint of Roman about this. It's only a fragment of course, but I don't know, I keep thinking it might be the end, the tail end of a fibula or something like that. That's interesting. I'll take some better pictures when I'm at home, but like I say, it's only a fragment. Who knows really? But I quite like that. It looks interesting. Anyway, let's carry on. Here we go folks, I've got another little find here. It's another coin, but this one's a bit more recent. I think this one is a George V halfpenny. But I'll give it a clean up once I get home, as usual. And we will see. You can see Britannia on the back there. You can see it says halfpenny. Lovely. Right, we'll carry on. I'm heading my way back to the car now. So I've had a good day here today. I've had a couple of buckles, had the hammered coin, the Georgian coin was my first find, a lovely Crotal bell. So I've had a really nice day here today, so look forward to it next week. Next week I'll be on permission number 2, and I should imagine I'll be on the pasture field. Give that a go. Be the first time I've been on there. So anyway, I'll say bye for now, and I'll see if I find anything else on the way back to the car. See you all again soon.